Okay.
Recording on.
So, uh, quickly, what I did not do, what I meant to do, was show that to everyone.
What?
Oh, did it not pop up? One moment.
Nope.
Hell yeah. All that dark screen. Very, very dark.
As soon as you said that, my screen timed out. So it went really dark.
Very, very dark. It's advanced darkness.
How about that?
Okay. There it is. Oh, wow. That
He
is.
looks so happy.
Oh, he is. Often.
I don't know what the
Looks
rest of
like
you guys are all bent out of shape for. He looks like a pleasant gentleman. What's wrong? He's smiling. He obviously
Wants a
exercises.
hug.
Oh,
he looks like he's trying to wear Sandoval's coat, but not quite managing it.
He must be an admirer, Sandoval.
I strives to please, I do.
So yes, that was the guy pushing their water wheel. Okay. So with Leander's aid, as you guys bring him up on deck, um, noticing he hasn't gotten better or worse, just kind of staying the same. Um, he would navigate you guys to a place where your ship could be moored without being accosted. Um, it's not as good as being, like docked or something, but what are you gonna do in a pinch? Hiding out from potential death. That's what you get.
Yeah, we wouldn't want to go deaf.
No,
hmm.
you don't want to get died. That's bad. No, a little permanent. And so, on foot, like 15-minute walk from where you guys have the ship stashed, you guys take to the beach on foot, and eventually Leander brings you to a footpath that leads into a town that's sort of tucked away. Um, name of said town, I believe I had mentioned, was Carmigo Key. And this is Carmigo Key. You guys are on the left side of the map there. Check to see if you can move your icons, tokens, whatever. Really? Why?
Yeah, all I see is black surrounded by dark green.
Yeah.
Bluish green.
I'm
Weird.
gonna try and reload real quick, see if
Yeah.
that has anything to do with it.
And now I'm back on the ship.
And what does this do?
Black rectangle.
Why?
Do not know.
Still nothing, eh?
Yep.
Cool. I don't know why. All right, I've reloaded.
Oh, now it's good.
What
Yeah.
about now?
Yep.
Yeah, I see the whole map.
Yeah, weird. Something happened on my end. Don't
Yeah.
truly know. I just had to reload. Where was I? Oh, Cormigo Key.
Footpath, I believe.
I can move my token, so.
Oh yeah, that's what we were
Yes,
doing.
check to see if you can.
Negative.
Cannot. All right. Sandoval, drop one on there.
I'm good.
Slicing it. Okay, so everybody's squared away now. Yeah.
I believe so.
Looks like it.
Okay. And as you guys make it into town, it is somewhat quiet. It's not a very big town, but to say that the people who do live here aren't busy doing something would be to obscure the amount of people who actually live here. Although even from here, you're not truly seeing very many people. However, there is a store directly in front of you. Um, although in such a oddly off the path locale, you're not real sure what it is they might sell in there other than just like general goods.
Hmm.
I mean, how pressing is our mission right now?
We're here so he can deliver something to a woman who placed a curse on him, and then we're done.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not. So, be completely honest, unless I walk by and see something that is, really stands out to me, then, I'm not really wanting to leave the ship for too long because, pirates.
Yep.
Fair. Okay. So as you guys are heading down the footpath, you guys can kind of head that way. You can make the anyone who has knowledge religion can make a roll as you pass this statue.
Nope.
No one?
I do not.
Okay.
We have a group of atheists,
Fair.
or at least, not overly religious. Atheist might be a bit strong, but
Okay, then next step down, does anyone have any magical type knowledge? Like at all?
I have a rank in Knowledge Arcana.
Roll it.
Got a 10, so 16.
Yes, that is Baron Samde,
Ah,
the voodoo god of uh deals and crossroads.
yeah, that's just gonna. Yeah, atheist isn't really correct, considering I've seen some stuff that I really don't want to know anymore about. But that does not encourage me to involve myself in any of it.
Feel like that's a pretty down to earth assessment. But yes, Leander would again leading the way, so to speak, as he's kind of the one who knows where to go.
does he
Um,
study, or does he need to be helped?
on land, you're saying he's a little more sure-footed.
Let's stick by him just in case.
That's fair. You guys begin making your way closer to the center of town, and as you do, um, roll spot checks.
6.
Make it near this well.
I used all my last good roll on my profession sailing.
It was a worthy thing to waste it on.
Oh, I'm not saying I've wasted it, but I've used it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's a 6 for me.
Okay.
Where'd Leander go?
Genji.
Oh, he's all the way up there.
Yeah, right about here is where the spot check would occur.
All right.
Genji, you got a spot check.
Yeah,
And
I'm rolling. I'm rolling.
sorry, and Jaeger, you got a spot check.
I see the world. Nat 20, 26. I see giants. They look like they're playing some sort of game.
17 on my spot.
Okay. Then the only one that doesn't notice is Sandoval. But it makes sense. He's kind of focusing on helping Leander out. Leander doesn't seem to really be paying attention, whether that's forced or not, is in the air. As you guys make your way past houses with people either inside of just barely inside the door or coming out and taking notice of Leander waddling through the street, there are hushed whispers and people kind of sneering towards him. One even spits at his feet.
From.
Ooh, ew.
But I just avoided a fight. I'm not gonna pick one.
That's fair. And yeah, from where you guys currently are, you can now see Mishra, the lady you guys came to see. Um, you guys can see her token.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, assuming that she's
Coming
the
near,
one.
roll willpower checks. Will saves, everyone.
Oh, yay.
19.
Yeah. Okay. Now that I'm on the right page.
30.
Five.
Nice.
Second nat one in a row.
So, Sandoval, yet again, so afraid that he sort of is left speechless. Kind of like the moment with Bailan. Um, her mere presence puts people on in a state of unease. And there's a little better look of her.
You got a skull on you.
What did you get on your will there,
Me?
Armando?
19.
Yep, 19. Yeah, you're fine. Anyone who got less than 17 on their will save, she has you at uh, a disadvantage because you are a little afeared of her just being in her presence. Yeah, you got a skull on you. And she, you bring more comedian.
I didn't really find it funny.
You can tell she is in the middle of some kind of weird shit. You're incapable of fully identifying, but you do, however, get a knowledge arcana roll.
19.
19. She is looks like she's reading bones or potentially just finished reading entrails, as there's red stains everywhere that seem relatively fresh. And is currently sifting through bones that are fresh, as you can see where she is snapping them with her bare hands. There is marrow that slips out. Um, you can roll a heal check.
11.
They're not human. They're
Didn't figure
too
that.
small and too small. Potentially chicken, rabbit. Not sure. She's kind of
Actually, I guess they could
looking
be.
them over as you guys are approaching.
Chicken. Do
She
they actually have
says,
marrow in it? Because they're hollow.
"It does. It has a weird red streak.
I find
It's what
delicious.
passes for bar. Correct. Yeah. Yes. Yes. What passes for marrow? Chicken marrow. So you can't make tallow with it, but you can dry it and make meal.
Okay.
She seems pretty intent on her uh, bones there as Leon up and sits the tarot deck on the table. When he does, her eyes light up, and then you can truly tell that she doesn't have that many faces because in a relaxed state, her face sort of resembles that of one of her masks. Um, Facial expression sort of breaks the facade ever so slightly, but her eyes widen and she smiles a black tooth smile, and she very softly picks up the tarot deck, almost caressing it. And Leander goes to reach forward and press the deck down with the weight of his hand as she, in his current less dexterous state, she easily bests him and looks at him sort of strangely. He heaves, avoiding heaving on her or anything. And you guys see him kind of his cheeks puff up, and he straightens. You hear the swallowing noises, and she's like, "Are you sick, boy?" And he passes out. And she turns and looks at the rest of you. Um, what happened?
We were in a storm a few days ago. Out of game. How long has it been now?
Mm,
Near a week.
yes.
Near a week ago. Green high winds. Green light. He's been ill ever since.
Yes. A panicked look flashes across her face as she quickly regains her composure. As she kind of offhandedly motions for you guys to pick him up, and motions at um, caught kind of under the tent here.
Okay. So yeah, I move in.
Yeah. And she begins to crush various unidentified reagents into mortar and pestle. Sort of not really giving you guys much attention after that. She seems very focused in whatever it is she is doing. Um, Roll your alchemy.
28.
Yeah, it looks like she's making some poultice. Um, Even with as good of a check as you got, you it's just such a far out recipe. It seems like something you might read in a fairy tale. Um, it it shouldn't work alchemically is my indication.
Right.
Almost like uh, lead to gold type of ordeal. the
Newt, wing
mixture
of
she's
bat.
putting together. I'm sorry.
Eye of Newt, wing of bat.
Yes, very much so. Like, and some of the medicinal properties that are being lost and made inert as she adds them to some of the other reagents that would counteract. Doesn't seem to stop her at all. She is just whipping it right up and chanting in a language that I assure you none of you know. Unless for whatever reason someone in the party speaks something akin to sand giant.
You know, I missed that one.
Yeah,
I feel like it's an oversight, but
it's just not on my list.
see, I had
Ah.
forest giant and water giant, but actually, I do kind of have forest
Oh,
giant.
I do have something related to giant.
Yachten.
Jotun.
Ah. So anyone who speaks Yachten and is currently in presence of her chanting can give me a linguist roll.
Can I hear it from where I'm at? Because I haven't gotten too close.
Yes,
So speak language.
yes. And I also assume that Jaeger is there. Are we losing you,
Yeah,
Tristan?
I'm here.
Are we losing you? Are you fading on us?
Version. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll finish up this scene and we'll call a pause. Deal?
Okay.
I got a 20.
That is exactly what I had.
Well, then yes, both of you are aware it is a very archaic dialect of Yachten. Um, as you can pick out some very old archaic pronunciations, and there are various words you can't readily identify. But as you had previously stated, Armando, it's very nonsensical. Eye of Newt, wing of bat, stuff like this. As she is literally saying the ingredients she is adding.
Pretty sure that was a toadstool, not an eye of anything.
I think I have Newt's actually mustard seed, but
Yep. But then she literally reaches out, places a hand on Armando's chest. Armando, roll a fortitude save.
Oh boy. 16.
And she just kind of pushes ever so slightly on your solar plexus. And as she does, it causes you to sneeze.
I was gonna say ow, but
Causes
that's
you to
wrong.
sneeze. Yeah, she basically palms a sneeze out of you in the weirdest fucking manner. And that sneeze forces the mucus out of your nose. She quickly wipes it away with her bare hand and throws it directly into the mortar and pestle, and just begins, you know, whipping that up like like it was nothing. She used you basically like a hand sanitizer bottle. She just like grabbed some and threw it in.
that's not disgusting even slightly.
Oh.
No, not at all. Um, as she adds the stuff from your head cold, it sort of takes on this ominous glow and then begins to fizz. Once it bubbles up to the top, it dies back down, and the green glow is now this blackish purple. She walks over and begins splashing bits of it on Leander and pours a shot down his mouth. Um, she turns, two fingers dipped in the mortar and pestle. She writes a swirl on your forehead, Armando. And as she is chanting, hands you the cup,
Oh.
implying you should take a drink. Yes. Do you take a
12.
drink?
Yeah, I guess. I have a 12 on my
Take a
fortitude
drink.
save to make myself drink it.
And oddly enough, as you take a drink of it, it takes on this oddly fruit like bouquet. It smells and tastes like sour berries. And I don't mean sour like candy sour. I mean like
Like
soured,
terribly sour. Like,
like
oh.
yeah, like on the verge of being rotted, like sickly sweet. It's not pleasant, but it's not yacht and brew. So,
Hmm.
and yeah, as she does that, you begin to get a stomach ache that causes you to uncontrollably vomit for the next 30 seconds. That vomit, however, does not dissipate. And at the end of your vomiting, you notice Leander has began to vomit as she has rolled him over onto his side. And at the end of your vomiting, um, roll a fortitude save again, real quick.
Is this with my bonus
Yes.
versus poison? I know this. All right, so none on the table. Got to re-roll. Rolled right back up into my hand. All right, 25 total. That's a good roll.
Yeah. You something gags you and blocks your airway. You kind of fish it out on your own. It's not lodged or anything, but you pull out a literal crow feather, like a black feather out of your gullet. It's all rancid looking, sort of wet, covered in the bile.
She didn't put any feathers in the drink, I'm guessing.
It did not. And Leander, same thing. She tells you that, however, Leander is sick. She would need to at least keep an eye on him for a little while, unless you have a doctor that you can take him to. But she made a blood pact with this man. Were he to die, it would lessen her lifespan. The curse was twofold, a way to bond us both to an agreement.
We do not,
So,
unfortunately. He was the closest we had.
ah, a fool hardly a prince. That's all he's ever been.
Uh, I don't know. I watched him stuff a man's innards back inside and sew him up pretty tight.
Ah, perhaps that thick skull of his does soak up something, like a sponge after it die, yeah?
By the way, that is the worst medicine I have ever tasted. Thank
Mm, I can make a worse one.
you.
Would you like?
No, but so both statements were sincere. It was the worst I had ever tasted, and I was also very sincere with a thank you.
Ah, no problem.
So, we have medicines and reagents on the ship that he thought you might be interested in.
I assure you he was right.
Okay. Also, there was a pirate vessel chasing us.
Mm,
Big guy.
deep water indeed. Deep water.
Yeah, big guy
A
wielding
big
a
guy.
wielding a anchor. Adam Game, you said he
The
was turning the wheels.
fool.
I don't know if I ever actually saw him holding the anchor.
No, he had it strapped to his back.
Oh boy.
Yeah, a makeshift handle welded in place.
Oh
Yeah,
boy.
and she literally makes a face, implying great distaste as she. Yes, I know the fool. He names himself after a rock. I don't know that his mother cared to name him, so he's chosen his own. This fool doesn't understand the power of names, so he just chose one that he thought sounded fearsome. Tourmaline, a blue rock. Odd, he's like the furthest color from blue.
Uh,
That's just gonna have to agree to disagree on that one.
on the fearsomeness, yeah.
Well, no, the blue being the farthest color from green.
Yeah, true, but still, it's just. I'm just. He named
Yeah,
himself
well,
after.
if you want to bring his picture back up, he's like this weird pale gray color.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll have some of my. Do you want me to bring this stuff up now?
Yes,
All
I
right.
will send some of my men. Also, you have no worry for the Tourmaline. He will not come to my island. Most men, they fear me. They will not come to my island.
I'm over there kind of muttering to myself, I can't imagine why.
Right. Right. Well, we'll see you again shortly. I'll leave Leander in your care.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Yeah, her eyes kind of settle on you, Sandoval, who hasn't moved an inch. And um, Jaeger, are you still with us? All right.
He's still looking
So
over the
at this
shoulder.
point, right, at this point, Jaeger would get a roll to determine that she's giving you that predatorial stare with a sneer, kind of showing her blackened teeth. And
Editorial snare.
if no one if no one begins to like usher you away, you are held captivated by her stare, and she just begins to, as a knee jerk reaction, move almost like a snake, sort of swaying left and right, and slowly move towards you. Not in a threatening manner, more in a seductive manner.
Oh, that type of predatory glare.
Yes,
Yes, I recognize it.
moving at you like a snake. She's gonna eat you up, boy.
Sandoval.
He's he's
I think it's going
Scooby
to
Doo
require more.
stuttering.
I think it's
Yeah,
going to
he's
require
Scooby Doo
more than a
stuttering.
polite suggestion. Armando had a game. I nat one to my will save, so it's going to require more than a suggestion of a name.
Snap your fingers in front of his face a time or two.
Or maybe
Gotta
actively
snap your
shake him.
fingers and snap your fingers in front of his face, and you can
Try to
tell
take his hat,
whatever
something.
whatever she's doing's got him. You're not sure what it is. You got him. You could grab him, put your hand on his shoulder.
I'm gonna take his hat and
Touch him.
smack him with it.
Yeah, that literally breaks the trance as you bonk him on the head. Uh, he kind of startles too.
Do you
Fixes
use
my
this
hat.
move alone?
What? What? No.
She kind of
I guess that's fair. Leander would be there. And I turn. I'm leaving at that point.
She kind of smiles, flicks her wrist, and spins her fingertip about in the air. And in doing so, one moment. Shit. I hate grabbing the wrong assets. So does my wife. Meow, meow, waka waka. And as
Oh
she
boy.
does, she sort of, there's, all of you feel a deep thrum in the air, almost like the kick of a speaker, like a bass speaker, that you don't necessarily hear go by your house, but you feel go by your house.
Mm-hmm.
And she snaps her fingers incredibly fucking loud, almost like a whip crack. Ugh. Go get my things. Then and zombies literally crawl up out of the ground,
Oh boy.
and that's where we'll pause.
Hey Genji, how's your flute?
Silent as the grave.